ba kono fa kenyo wala kankan be bije sa be bon filter fana member ko 12 inch set of 3 filter men yalon ko asijota aya dada aya senandi men se beta alla jata kenda to fana sotale CTO block carbon filter o fana mu filter ti mi yalon ko asi chemical o bonnino jiol kono le men se beta alla jata kenda filter member ko CTO block carbon men si jiola chemical o be bondi akono pour alla jata kenda sa hen nim filter sabol be kili wo kili na pansundoku ngawata tankol fana sotale kabrim 500 5000 fokata 10000 liters plumbing fittings fana be mol bulle alsemol tarano sukuta highway mariama kunda johnson wala isimol kumandi 505 5691 796 8270 one stop water limited solutions inatale ka jikuo be sonende Gambia banko.
Good morning there. You're watching QTV this morning, and I am your host, Jenna Bosonko, here with my amazing co-host, Ibrahim Abalde. Today is Thursday.
Yes, good morning. It's good to be back here on another edition. I mean, it's the end of the week. Almost for this morning. And it's good to be here, I mean, to accompany you on another edition.
Yeah, so looking forward to a good one, and looking forward to what the weekend has to offer. It's so fast. I can remember when we came and we said it's Monday, and now fast forward, it's Thursday.
Yeah, when you look at it now, days are
fast.
they are super fast. I mean, before you realize it's Monday, it's Friday, it's weekend. Yeah. You know.
I saw you taking Bahal in the morning.
Yeah.
Is Bahal your thing?
No, it's not my thing in the morning.
Okay.
Recently, I've been taking very, very light food in the morning.
Right.
So I feel like I have to take something heavy today.
I mean, for a compliment on what you've missed.
I mean, because suma yaram bi moko laaj mota ma jox ko tay
nga jox ko
wow. So today I'm feeling okay. Xam naa dina dem fi ba ci evening bi
tay ngi ba
soxluma lek.
All right, so thank you so much once again for joining us on this morning, and today our newspaper review guest is MS Ba. It's been a while. Thank you so much for making it here today to have a conversation with us in relation to current affairs. But before that, we have the African proverb as usual, and we have the community watch. And today we'll be taking a look at something very interesting. A young man is venturing into the rare production of Baobab oil in the country. You know, when I watched that story last night and he talked about how he ended up making Baobab oil, it further showed me that you venture into business when there's a gap that you want to close. You know, you just don't venture into business because you want to do it, but there's supposed to be a need for you to venture into a certain business. And that is what he has proven with the Baobab oil that he's making, because scientifically you can use it for stretch marks, use it for hair, use it just for a lot of other things. And the production is quite tedious. So he'll be joining us here to take us through how he's able to achieve that. And moving on, a growing dump site in Bruceby Phase 1 is affecting residents. If you're keen follower of QTV as well, you will see how this particular growing dump site in Bruceby Phase 1 is really affecting the residents there. And the residents are saying they're tired. They want government to take this up and, you know, change the narrative down there. They're even ready to use their own resources to clear the area. So to further explain that to us, we'll be joined by a representative from the community to tell us how, where they are currently, because it's a process, like we always say. When you come to the program, we ask you, where did you start, where you are, because it involves a lot of other authorities. But seriousness said and done, let's take a look at Click as well. Skengman Sweezy will join us here to take us through what is happening in the world of entertainment. But unfortunately, I won't be here for the Click today. I'll be leaving immediately after social issues, and my colleague here, Ibrahim Abalde, will be here to continue.
Again, Jenaba, again.
Yo, tamit ham nga ne sometimes fuck you took again.
Wow, sohlay.
Sohlay, wow. What is our African proverb?
All right. Thank you very much, Jenaba. Look for a black goat while it is still daytime. Okay. Look for a black goat while it is still daytime.
Yes.
I think this is a straightforward.
MSB, that's straightforward. That's straightforward.
This is a.
Yeah, Jerry, thank you for having me.
Yeah.
Look for a black goat
while it is still daytime.
Yeah, of course. If you want to look for a black goat at the night or in the night or during the night, obviously you might not see it.
Right.
So probably my own understanding of the proverb is telling you to do things at the right time.
Right.
You know, make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah.
So grab opportunities and make the best use of yourself at the right time.
Yeah.
Especially, you know, with the younger generation. If you have the opportunity to go to school, you really have to capitalize on it. If you have the opportunity to also learn a skill, utilize it and capitalize on it, because there will be a time that you will really need those skills or the education to make you live a productive life. So I believe, obviously, that's how it is. A black goat, obviously, you have to.
Yes, for me, I'll take a great sample when it comes to my life.
Right.
You know, sometimes I say to myself, had I known before, I would have learned a skill.
Right.
You know, maybe carpentry. Although I'll go to school, you know, maybe I will juggle my job with the skill work. You understand? Maybe carpentry, mechanic or something. But to me now, that have gone, it's past and gone. It can, because I'm focused on to other things. But when I was a little boy, if I have ventured into that skill, I would have, I mean, done something today in that area.
Differently,
you know, so make hay while the sun shines.
Yeah, so for me, I'm going to look at the other side of this proverb, which is look for a black goat while it is still daytime. Sometimes you're ready to look for the black goat, but you are told that it's not time yet. Right? So there are just certain decisions that you take as an individual. You have to decide on your own, checking for your comfortability, looking at what you can handle or not, despite the next person feeling that you have to wait. Because there are certain things you can only achieve at a point in time. So it's just like me. Sometimes when I want to talk about certain conversations as a journalist, I am told that I am too young to talk about conversations in those areas. I've had those instances several times, and I will look at them and I'm like, hey, I feel like I need to start somewhere to get somewhere, and these conversations for me need to start now for me to be able to be that expert that I'm looking forward to. So there are certain things that you must start somewhere. You have to. If you do not do that, at some point when you want to do it, then you do not understand your subject or understand whatever that you're trying to achieve. It will not happen. I've been there several times where I'm told that there are certain things I have to wait, I'm too young. For example, political talks. I am made to believe that I'm not supposed to get into those conversations because I'm too young and I do not have the experience. But I refuse to listen to that. I refuse. You know why? Because I feel like people that I get to follow on a daily basis in the journalism field started somewhere. They started speaking when they were way younger. They understood the subject matter less and they grew with it. So don't listen to people telling you because at being a because jigen nga, because your sa caliber feel la sa experience feel la your finger wara because sometimes you're ready to do it, but it's about the people who make you believe that you cannot do it.
I am against, I mean, people limiting your ambitions.
Sure.
You know, but I mean, people guiding you positively too. I mean, that is very important.
Right.
Everyone needs a very good guardian, someone who will guide you to the positive way, but not someone who is going to limit you, I mean, to certain things.
Yeah, absolutely. I think guidance is important, but anything that you're telling someone not to do, I think you have to also give a sound reasoning.
Why?
That is the problem here. People will tell you, don't do this, but they cannot give you a sound reasoning, a logical reasoning. To know, okay, this is why you said this. Okay, you are young. What is the basis? I think in national, anything that has to do with nation building, there is no age in it. I believe, just believe in yourself.
Right.
And then even myself, when I was young, during Jammeh's era, they used to tell me, drop journalism, you can be killed, you can be but I decided not to. Exactly. So that's it. I think it's important to follow your dreams.
No, it's important to follow your dreams. And like you mentioned, Gambia, we have this attitude of not giving you a valid point as to what is stopping you. People like me, you can't stop me. Said and done. But it's not everybody that has that ability to say, because you said this, I'm not going to listen to you.
Absolutely.
It's not everybody that has that ability to say, to digir bopa, to not listen. So the thing is, at some point to survive, you have to digir bopa in a good way. How manda?
Yeah, in a positive way.
In a positive light, whereby
absolutely.
buñ la ne bul talk fi, te xam nga ne fi so fi toge, am na loy mëna def.
Jëm kanam la ba paré dang ci njëriñ nit yu bari.
Exactly.
So that is it. Comme xam nga rek certain things are there, dañ la wax ne bu ko def So then large reason we doing
it's not nothing tangible.
Connect that to our beliefs that we have. Do not buy soap in the night.
Traditional things like that.
Do not buy a needle. Do not sew a needle.
Someone
if you ask them why, you know,
someone told me that those are the kind of things that retard African development.
Wow.
I think we have to really move from those kind of things because obviously so they may in other countries, very developed countries. Anytime. I don't even believe those kind of
I'm on a time. My wife wants to travel to Basse. Maneko demal debi. No debo no you ne kendu tra.
Look at that.
Maneko ne besi yep to do yala moko defa. Maneko ne demal. You know, so people have these beliefs, you know, and they are really dragging our society behind.
Absolutely.
I do not believe in those things, honestly. You know.
The family, sometimes it's so funny. I have an auntie of mine, Kutuki. So sa you hale judo dafa am traditions yo xamne it needs to be done, you know, yo xamne dañ feel ne if it's not done dafa am luy xew. At the end of the day, when she traveled, she didn't have access to all of those things bim tukki, and then she didn't do it, and she didn't see anything happen. So she was like, Africa, what's the problem? You're made to believe. Fine, I know we have certain cultures. We need to preserve them. They're beautiful. They're very beautiful.
We will do them for the sake of beauty.
Yes.
And it's our culture.
Yes, but the thing is...
And also, it has some of this culture has sound reasoning.
Wow.
It prevents you from doing certain things.
Yeah. It does. But if I'm your hamne, if extreme...
Yeah, some of them.
Wow, some of them are extreme.
Culture.
Wow. Como heu ñaka heu dara du heu.
Daga gis amna bena culture bu ma gis. So také jabar dañ la dé yobu ci ala bi ñu door la be yo góor bi dañ la door
pour ñu xol sa strong
dañ la door day amna ñu nga xamné dañ ci jëlé febar at some
point
at some point
amna
not in Africa, in Gambia here.
Yobu la door
dañ la yobu góor bi ñu yobu la ci ala.
No, I know that in other African like Sudan, South Sudan,
dañoo waxtaan ak Bala Musa. Maybe he will attest to that.
Comme xam na ne am na
ñu door la. Amoon na time dañ fa door nit.
Why? What is the sense? I think other culture, like for instance, in Lawe, Solena Hulu, Nganando, come Kanando. Why Lulu? It makes sense. Like probably Nando be the flower prevent pulling again now. Probably not give a you. Come those are those things. They allow one magi they allow money. No. Pour come probably so nanendo munga relax ayu. But come you façon you is good. You know, nga xamne dina avoid yenen violence and stuff.
Why man yefi
door bi mom man.
Góor bi dañ
so lolu lan lañ bëgg assisté.
Góor bi ni dañ la yóbbu bes boy mur sa jabar.
Boy yow foog ba investigate.
Yow mba dooruñ la.
Dañ la yóbbu ci ala bi. Ñu simiratam ñu door la be sa yaram tanga dañ la door te ay ponkal ñoy tiya ya dina caw
why are they doing that? But in other African countries I know they do used to do that, but in Gambia it's news to me.
No, it's news to me too.
I know the place and I will not mention the place.
Why dañoo tiye borom door ko so léegi lan mooy the reasoning
dañ la tiye ñu
door bi lan lañ bëgg a
but I think you can do a story on that.
And I have friends yi nga xam ne ñu ngi jógee ci dëkk boobu
te door nañ
te ñooñu noonu dañ ne xoolante ni ma xam ne door rek
léegi lu ma bëgg a xam mooy lan mooy dañ bëgg a seet sa poids wala man mënuma understand
moo na dëgg boobu koo ne takal la dee takal
waaye man xam nga lu ma bëgg a xam lan moo tax lan lañ bëgg a
honestly loolu lañ dee def
waaye lan moo tax
ida dañ bëgg a seet ndax góor bi dafa mun a nekk góor mu muñ or something waaye loolu is part of their is part of their tradition
moom tamit mer boobu dafa toog
amoon na time xaw ma Lolo is part of their tradition.
Man dafa mel ni
but that tradition is bad. And Lolo sadu so whole maybe conflict you dey within nga whole tamit gender-based violence or domestic violence. Dinga hamne li dina high si community bobu non.
Wow, because door is normalized.
Lu ma jaxal moy góor bi rek lañ dey yóbbu ci ala bi ñu.
No, why góor bi tamit dina door jigéen bi.
Wow.
Su dooree I'm telling you because dafa foog ne loolu is normal. So
ñi dañ ne door de. Fofu mo tax sa taka fofu jafar.
But you should do a story on that. Oh nga jox Jenaba elite. Jenaba
maybe ñun ñu ngi wax affaire waaye ñoom it's their tradition it's beautiful ñoom dañ ko téye this is beautiful.
Well, Lolo is crazy.
ñoom si ñoom is beautiful.
Why man that feel na narrative is changing as to traditions.
Yeah. Gradually.
Wow.
Gradually change because loolu aada la. Time dina ñëw xam naa loolu yëpp dina fa
because male circumcision sax door yu métti yi daan door xale yi fooguma amati.
Waaw léegi amatu.
Léegi it's more of all
but also it has some values like yóbbu waxuma si door aspect bi. But daf dee mun a dimbale nit ki.
Sure.
Comme circumcision yi nii daf la dee mun a team like daf la dee mun a discipline ba nga xam ne da nga respect mag ay yu demee noonu. But door
aspect
no the door aspect I think we can look into those things and then
door bi moom warta
you know ñu value ko.
Man dama dem ñun buñ duggee that was around 1990.
Okay.
ñun dañu door yu métti lañ ñu door.
Waaw loolu.
buñ duggee
loolu right.
door yu métti dañ ñu door am na ku ma doon door foofu noonu at the end of the day dama dee foog ne kii.
daf la
kii daf ma bugg a rey.
You see.
No, but they abuse it.
dafa ne suma parents yi suñ ñëwee. daf dee mel ni comme dara xew.
xamuñ la.
loolu dafa rom.
but naka la gis naka la loolu how does that.
daf ma humble.
déedéet waaye MS man bëgguma ñu dugg foofu déedéet même
moo tax man suma doomi.
déedéet waaye MS man bëgguma ñu dugg foofu sax muy justify.
humble na ma
dóor bi.
waaw
justification am lan
no dóor bi in the aspect probably it is not it's one thing one aspect. But there are other aspects.
Dama dem to an extent. Dama dem to an extent.
Yeah.
Certain things du ma ko doon mën a wax si biir kilifa. Suma parents yi su ñëwee sax du ma wax. Dama
loolu nag baaxul. loolu dafa lower sa self-esteem.
Man I've gone through that. At some point bu ma demee ba génn I told my dad ma ne ko ne dad kii daf ma bugg a rey kii daf ma bugg a rey. waaye
dañ ko dee abuse.
moo tax man suma doom yi suma néeg rek. man maa leen a xool.
nga eedal leen.
waaw suñ duggee. man maa leen a xool suñ pare su ma demee liggéey seen yaay xool leen.
waaw
kenn du leen xool.
because you know what's funny because of Ibrahim's experience there even bu dee dafa am value bu attached to that culture Ibrahima du fa yóbbuwaat doomam bi because dóor bi la moo consider but in a normal circumstance foofu dafa war a nekk some form of guidance pour wax na nga respect mag respect jigéen most especially understand nga yow bul daanu si kaw jigéen loolu man loolu bokk na si lu tax ñu war koo def
loolu duñ la ko musa jàngal
waaw waaye loolu values yooyu nag si man yooyu lañ fa war a wax waaye dóor bi is out of it dóor bi mënut a discipline kenn pour ñu téye la di leen dóor at the end dégg naa sax lekka sa problème la all of those things are happening there.
Yeah.
You know?
I don't know, but other yeneen mbaar yi dafa different. But dóor bi dafa dee nekk nag but comme yeneen mbaar yi ay lekka yi ñaaka lekka yi dañ la dee isil yoo xamante ne sax yow da ngay kontaan.
ñun we did not have problem of lekka. waaye da ngaa gis ñun time boobu noonu ñun suñ kilifa yi dañ ñoo explain. ñu ne ñoom seen bool bi dañ koo teg nga gis seen kintang bi jël suuf. def ko si bool bi
loolu
sometimes da ngaa gis kintang yuy tufli si biir maalo bi pour ngeen lekk ko
non
loolu those things are really horrible
that is abuse
that's crazy
that's wrong if that is happening but anyway it's people's cultures but generally mu ngi change gis nañ fi FGM nu mu fi meloon gradually mu ngi change so man won nañ ma léegi ne Ibrahima lu mu wax dëgg la léegi lañ ma ko won prouval ma ne it's true that dañ dee dóor góor balaa moo sëy
waaw ñu yóbbu la ñu dóor la dañ laa dóor ba sa yaram tàng at some point sax how true it is dégg naa am na ku ci musa dee góor bi dañ ko dóor ba mu feebar mu dee
but that's an abuse
that is abuse that is abuse
absolutely.
And it's true it's written here that it's true
wow that's true it happened
that's quite sad so moving on we will go for a short commercial break. It's been a fruitful discussion. Like I always say, African Proverbs takes us to social discussions. It just goes beyond how we see it, and each person trying to do different things. So it's good that we get people send us feedback on the program. Obviously, feedback where you're not meant to confuse us, but meant to guide us to know what's happening, something like this. So we'll go for a short commercial break, and when we come back, the program continues.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors the new authorized dealer. For Kia, visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
What is at stake in this National Assembly election?
What are the local issues of the constituencies?
What do citizens expect of their parliamentarians?
QTV is the platform to answer these and many more questions.
From March 21st, QTV will bring you live daily debates between candidates across the country.
To gain an insight into your candidates program, tune in at 9 p.m. on QTV.
Welcome back from that short break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning, and now we head right on to the newspaper review.
Yes.
Interesting conversation
this
there.
Is Foroya.
Yeah.
Kapa Basic Cycle School remains closed, and of course, women abandon village garden due to customers' conflict. Gambians fear food price surge ahead of Ramadan. Gambia moves to strengthen cyber security resilience. And of course, editorial, the people in Fonyi Councillor in distress. What is a reasonable price of commodities? That's what we have on the Foroya. Yes.
So moving on here, we have that Gambia briefs OIC summit on Rohingya trial progress. And again, here we have that the Ministry of Health receives 25 new community ambulances. And court finds woman for assault. I'm not sure about that, but NPP Combo South candidate outlines blueprint. And also Defense Minister warns government will not compromise peace and security. In what ways? So that is all we have on.
She said she's not sure about that. You saw it on the newspaper.
Yeah. What I mean is, you know, sure as in not dealt into, then we have to say what kind of assault and all of that. So we're not quite sure what
we have to go
assault.
through.
Yes, we are talking
but
about
assault is assault.
Assault is assault. Assault is assault. Yeah. But it's not just because of the structure, but we've also dealt with other headlines like this way because we choose not to. When it's in court, most of the time we decide that we don't have to delve into it because the hearings are ongoing and we do not want to preempt anything. So we just allow the courts to do what they have to do, and then we take it from there. Yes, that's what we do on here.
It makes sense.
Yes. So yes, community ambulances, 25 new community ambulances for the Ministry of Health.
Interesting. Ambulances.
Yes.
I think it is a good thing. It's a good gesture, but I don't think it's a priority. I believe that we have a lot of ambulances. I think President has donated a lot of ambulances in various communities during his before his re-election. I think Gambia needs drugs. We need drugs. We need equipment, medical equipment, and also the remuneration of the medical personnel. Ambulances, yes, it's important, but if you don't have drugs in these facilities, it's a problem. People used to go to the hospitals, to the health centers, and then after which, when you're giving a prescription, you have to go and buy those medicines. I think government should look into that now. Sometimes it's not just receiving things from donors, but it's important that you also discuss frankly with the donors as to your priorities, you know, in accordance with the need, the urgency of the need. So I believe ambulances, yes, is good, but come to think of it, maintaining those ambulances is a problem. Like, you need drivers, 25 drivers for the ambulances. You have to pay all those drivers. Another issue is the vehicle maintenance. It's another issue. Fuel, it's another problem. Now you're incurring a lot of cost in operationalizing those ambulances. But I believe our priorities are medicine. It's so important to have proper medication in the hospital. And also laboratory, very effective and efficient laboratory. If you look at some of these tests, you cannot even do them in public hospitals. You have to go outside the public hospital, and you pay thousands of dollars.
So you're saying that, MS?
Yes.
You're saying that ambulances should not be the priority?
As of now, I believe we have enough ambulances.
At this point in
time.
But these are things that we've received. It's not like our money is going
but that's what I'm saying. Even if people are giving you things.
Why not they change that to drugs?
Exactly.
But what if you cannot determine what those people are
you can always negotiate. Come on, if you are giving me mayonnaise and I don't eat mayonnaise, I will tell you. Or if you're giving me at the time something that I don't need, I will tell you, oh, can you kindly
but MS, do you know that we still have communities that are not in the greater Banjul area who are still using donkey carts to transport pregnant women?
I think that should be the thing of the past. But now, if you
considering it's not the thing of the past, what can we do accept ambulances?
That's what I'm saying. I'm not saying we should not. I'm talking about the priorities now.
Right.
If you compare ambulance and medication, I will prefer, I think right now what we need most is medication. I'm not saying it's bad, but now look at the sustainability of those ambulances. For instance, now if you give a community an ambulance, you expect them to provide a driver. You expect them to provide fuel. So you are incurring more cost to those who are not even living a productive, let's say,
sorry. I do not agree with this. You know why? Because in communities, sometimes they have their community initiatives. Where Lumbonbon, there's somebody that can drive. Lumbonbon, mun nañoo tek jëna fuel as a community. Si jigen bu biir waré dem deliver, for example.
But this is happening. You already answered your question or your concerns.
Wow.
This is happening. And how many ambulances were given to those communities? It's more than hundreds. You understand? So for me, I believe it's like right now ambulance is not the priority. I believe government should look into investing in buying more drugs. I'm not saying it's bad. Like donors, come on, you can always negotiate with the donors. Tell them that these are our priorities. Now, if you calculate the cost of each ambulance it is nothing less than $2.5 million. It's this cars. These Buffalo cars, they nothing less than 2.5 million. Now, if you calculate 2.5 million times 25, that's a whole lot of money, bro. And you can buy medicine sustainably, probably for the next 2 years. You can also buy medical laboratories, like
when you talk about medicine. I mean, I had a chat with one pharmacy at somewhere. I don't want to mention the name. I saw on his book, he's written something like something about to expire drugs. So I said to him, boy, what is this? He said to me, at the end of the time, he alleged that they will come and collect this. He said the drug store that is responsible for distributing drugs. These are the drugs that they distribute at the hospitals. Can you imagine? So I was confused. I didn't know how this thing works. Because if about to expire drugs, you take them from the pharmacy and you send them to our hospitals, then you are killing our people.
That's a problem. And Jainawa, come on, look, you would not know how frustrating some of these hospitals are until you have a patient in those hospitals. Even sometimes gloves. You have to buy gloves. You have to buy surgical spirit. You have to buy cotton. Could you imagine? You have to buy injection. You have to buy, a lot of things. Come on. For me, I believe, I'm not saying, suñ may, it's good. But nañ la may lo xamantene tamit is one sustainable. For instance, man, right now, suma, I'm not, I don't know. But if you want to give me a car that cost me $5,000 a day for fuel, dinala one right now bugumako because suma ware use 5,000 that amna suñ la ko joxe the same thing.
I prefer a car with 1.4.
Exactly. Yes. 1.4. I saw a 2.3 point something engine me. dina la wa dega buga nga ma way duma ko even suma ko jëlé sax to be honest I will change it dem nako selma dugal halis bi ci lo xamne lolu moma soxal xam nga sometimes okay may na la but every day my la may dala jena ba ak lo buga dala da nga wone
yes, but we also have to balance things here. We have to balance things to also understand there are certain donations that the government does not have any control over. There might be instances
for me,
as such.
I believe government
I know it's negotiable.
Government can negotiate.
Yes, but there are instances.
Even NGOs, they negotiate.
And also,
you negotiate.
And another thing is,
it's not carving a stone.
You're not there. You know, sometimes these people are challenged by certain decisions that they take. We're not there. We don't know what prompted
I know,
those
but
decisions.
I said, that is why I said there can be negotiation.
Right.
I'm not saying it is this, it is that. There can be, this is how government should, I believe, this is how Gambians, us, we are all Gambians. You know, I'm not trying to say ambulance is not bad, but now we are now balancing it. We're trying to see the other side of it. Is ambulance a priority over drugs? Is ambulance a priority over ensuring that there are proper equipment? Is ambulance priority over paying your medical personnel? You know, we've seen a lot of industrial actions against government with, you know, by nurse and medical personnel. So I believe to avoid that, it's to ensure that these things are put in place, the basic things. Then we can look into having more ambulances. But I believe right now, for me,
it shouldn't.
No, it's not, it should not. But looking
it's
at
not
25 ambulances,
okay.
So I believe we need more medical equipment and ensuring that we have medicine. So that if I go, you don't just give me paracetamol.
Right.
So that if I
think I am with MS on this one.
Anyway, I am sitting on the fence, and the reason is because
if I put a patient in an ambulance and I take you to the hospital without medicine, it is a white elephant.
If I leave you at the emergency room, pump, it's finished.
Yes. Then the ambulance become a white elephant.
That's what I'm saying.
Right.
So, boy, we have ambulances. We have a lot of ambulances. If they are properly utilized, boy, Gambia, to be honest, Gambia compared to other communities, you know, even Dakar, they have more than 6 million people, inhabitants. Gambia has how many?
And what happened to our ambulances that they were saying they'll put them at strategic locations?
Yeah, they are there. I don't know. For me, I'm not following it, but I don't know. So that is why I said the president gave a lot of ambulances. Right. So I believe those ambulances, at least if properly managed, properly utilized. Boy, every day the Madegis ambulance, we wow. Boy, ambulance is for bodies right now, to be honest. That's the fact.
So moving on, let's take a look at the defense minister warning that government will not compromise peace and security. Will not compromise the peace and security of the country. So this is an interview with Sankole Janko, where on West Coast Radio. And so he's saying that this is something that I want to clearly but put across, that the government is really concerned and will not compromise or take for granted peace, security and tranquility of the country, particularly our families in Fonye.
Absolutely. Peace and security, obviously, it's the cornerstone of any country's development. So, yeah, it's important that government comes out to speak on this. I believe the Fonyi issue is a problem. If you look at even, I know probably we'll come to that, the Fourier publication, looking at the implications and the impact, the negative impact, this Kasama's attack has brought to the Gambians, and it's not our war, it's not our problem, but they are our neighbors. When your neighbors are in problem, you obviously have to face the consequences. So I believe it's not just you know, maybe doing warning alerts or stuff. I think what government should do is to ensure they put in mechanisms to ensure that they address this situation. Because right now, school children are not going to school, women are losing their gardens, you know, because they are not taking care of them. They run away, a lot of them. If you look at Balen, Karur, all the neighboring villages, Kappa, you know, all around that area,
right.
Bujinga and others. So it's a burden. I went there initially to see for myself what happened on the ground, what is happening on the ground. So it's definitely a problem. I think government should definitely look into addressing it. I think also we should even, by extension, reach out to ECOWAS,
right.
you know, Gambia, to say this is a problem that has been happening for so long. And Gambia is, you know, really having impact. Gambia is having the impact, and it's negatively affecting. Look at the schools. Some of the students are preparing to go to sit for their grade 9 exams, and now this is affecting them. And others, probably they are preparing to go to transition from the primary to junior, and their education for the past 3 months
will
now
be affected.
Exactly. So I think it's important. And then a lot of teachers also went for their lives, obviously. So
how do you
I think it's important.
Government can address this situation without causing problems? Because this situation is very delicate.
Yeah.
You should know how to address this thing, because this has to do with a country that share the same border with your country. So how do you think they should address this?
I think it's through dialogue. That is the best way. That is the best solution. Call Senegal, call your counterpart in Senegal, tell them to just hold, because this is what is happening now. So how can you mitigate this problem? How can you ensure that this problem is mitigated? I think government should also take a stand, because there is already a mechanism how government can address certain issues. It's stated in the Constitution. You know, when there is a problem in a certain area, you announce, you declare the area as a disturbed area, and you know, from there you have your intelligence officers. Like, for instance, that is why we have the NIA. That is why we have all the security apparatus to advise you to take the appropriate actions. I think this is what we should do. Secondly is also ensuring that when you talk to probably your counterpart, I mean, when I say I mean the government, you, by extension, see how best you can talk to ECOWAS, because this is an emergency. It's a public emergency. It's affecting both countries. Why can't you probably look into having an emergency meeting? Or maybe if it is going to be virtual or stuff. We've seen ECOWAS sitting over, presiding over emergency cases. But this is an emergency issue. So I think government should take that line, ensuring that they reach out to ECOWAS and then look into how best they can solve the problem. Because they have the expertise, they have the ability.
You know, after all these, Fonyi incident, I think the government is not doing much. I mean, it's not just a matter of sending food items to
or giving 5 million.
But let's try to remedy the whole situation.
That's it.
You know?
Yeah, I absolutely agree. So this is it. Call an ECOWAS emergency meeting, or request for an ECOWAS emergency meeting. Look into it. Experts will help you. After the information that you gathered from your intelligence, then you find a solution. But I don't think attacking these separatists is the solution. And Gambia is not the interest of Gambia. And Gambia should definitely look into guiding it, protecting its interests. Though it's public, it's a bilateral issue, Senegal, Gambia, but definitely we have to look into that and frankly discuss and look into the issues.
Right, but do you have something else there that you think is interesting enough to discuss?
Well, let's talk about food price. I mean, ahead of Ramadan, you know, we all know we have this tradition when Ramadan is approaching, price goes up. I mean, the government, we've seen the press release that they are addressing price hike. So why are they addressing price hike now?
This is a problem. It's not only during the Ramadan. We know the dynamics has been, you know, changing since COVID hit this country, the world at large, and now the war in Ukraine. It's going to be difficult. It's a global issue, but however, Gambia, the way things are hiking in the Gambia prices, I think it's alarming. I think it's alarming, and there's no base as to which, like, if you go to, for instance, if you go to the market today, this is costing $5. Tomorrow, or even someone told me that when she want to buy something, and then she said, okay, this is how much, they told her $100. When she said, let me go, this is expensive, she came back just few minutes. The guy told her that this is costing now $150. So what is the basis? What is the basis?
Well,
within just minutes.
I think people sometimes blame it on the war, in Ukraine.
Yes.
And certain parts. Yes. But I think certain prices are imposed by individuals.
No, it's true.
Yes,
and that's the fact. And that's the fact. That's the fact. They are imposed. Probably, I know Gambia is a free market, but I think government should also ensure that they look into the prices. We have a consumer protection commission. I don't know, council or commission. Those people should definitely look into this and advise government appropriately based on facts. I think it's definitely, because hikes of prices and scarcity of prices, these are the two major components of abject poverty.
Right.
These are the two major pillars of abject. If people can afford things, you tend to eradicate poverty easily. But if people cannot, purchasing power, cannot afford the basic commodities, then your country will be poor, 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 and poor. So I think these are the things that government should look into to ensure that you have these institutions, make them work, do your investigation through the Trade Ministry in collaboration with the Commission, that is the Consumer Protection Commission, and the GCCI. This is the private sector. Why can't we come together and discuss and look comprehensively on how these things are hiking? What is the problem? Is it the government? Is it people? Some people will say, duty be more living, and sometimes there is a zero charge on duty on certain basic commodities. Why is it not reflecting on the prices of those basic commodities? That's a problem. So what they can do is comprehensively. This is a country. We have institutions. There's the state. Why can't they come together and ensure that these things are addressed? You have your technical expertise. You do your evidence-based research and ensure that you have gathered enough evidence to have
you are talking
proper
about
decision.
Utility. I mean, the people responsible for people's utility. I mean, while people of Latrikunda, Sabiji are complaining of not having water, even water, it's a problem, MS. So how can, they have a whole lot of things to deal with.
Yeah, it's this country. Anyway, the problems are enormous, and these are basic problems. I think that government should start separating the water component from the electricity. Probably NAWEC is overwhelmed and they cannot handle both. I think it's important to look into that, look at how best. But why are we having a government? It's to solve certain issues. This is why we have a government. This is why we have institutions. Each and every institution, you have to work according to your mandate. NAWEC is there to ensure that there is enough electricity and water. If you have the facilities and you cannot have water, come on, that's a problem. So I think they look into separating those things. Water, new arm water. Electricity, new arm electricity. We have the Ministry of Petroleum and Energy. We have Ministry of Water Resources. Right. Probably we can amalgamate this and then put the water aspect. Probably the water resources has to deal with the river and anything that comes out of it also. But how, probably, I think for me, that's my thinking, that they should separate the two, make sure that the burden is really reduced on NAWEC, so that NAWEC can concentrate only on, they will call it not NAWEC now, if it is, how would we call it? The water, the W will be out. So or any other name that is given to it.
Or we return it to GUC. I mean, it used to be GUC.
Yeah, but I think NAWEC is NAWEC more generally. NAWEC has a bigger mandate. GUC, it was good, but NAWEC has a bigger mandate. But now what we will do is we just focus on water. We have an agency that will focus on water so that people will not have problems. It's better. And we have electricity. You know, so that the burden, because we've tried this for now more than 20 years, over 2 decades, more than that even. It's not working. I think it's better.
You are talking of electricity. Haralbe OIC project, the guys start the gaining feeling. Guys start doing 1 week without electricity.
So, but that's the issue. Then why can't we? I think NAWEC, it's important that I was watching the interview of NAWEC. I think NAWEC is over, you know, burden. They're giving a lot of work to do, and I think it's important we separate this. Yeah.
Okay, Jenna.
Thank you so much, MS. I think that is all we have. Thank you so much for coming. We go for a short break. We'll be right back.
We'll be back.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using QuickPay on the QMoney platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with QMoney by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. QMoney, Sunyu Kalpe.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
to build,
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
with ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Welcome back from that break. If you're just tuning in, you're watching QTV this morning. And now, Ibrahima, we head right on to the community watch. I will leave it at that.
Exactly. And the way you mentioned it in the beginning of the program, we have a young man who is venturing into a business whereby he extracts baobab oil from the baobab seeds. Quite interesting. Yeah, but I'm told that we have the story.
Right.
Let's take a look at the story. We'll be back.
In the Gambia, baobab seeds are often thrown away when the pulp is removed. Alkali Jaju has a better idea of how to process the unwanted seeds and its inner contents to produce oil. The baobab oil is cold pressed from seeds and can be used for cooking, for hair and skin care. Baobab oil is rich in omega-3 fatty acids, which is also found in fish. Clinical research shows that the omega-3 fatty acids have several health benefits, which include keeping your heart, lungs, blood vessels, and immune system work properly. Mr. Jaju uses a pressing machine donated to him by a friend in UK to extract the oil from the seeds. Jaju says he does not add any substance to the oil, thus it is purely natural. According to him, 3 bags of baobab seeds is used to produce 5 liters of oil, which takes about 8 hours to process. He explains how he started the business.
A couple of years ago, I had a friend who was from the UK. When he arrived in the Gambia, basically he asked me, I want to buy a baobab oil. I told him that, no, my friend, there is no baobab oil. We have bamboo oil. Because even for me, those days, I didn't know what is baobab oil. I never know that baobab has oil, the seed has oil. He told me, look, my friend, it's baobab oil, not bamboo oil. I said, yeah? I said, okay, I will find out. That's where it started from. I went to the market, I went to Serakunda, I went to the supermarkets, I went to a few places to find baobab oil, but I couldn't find it anywhere in the Gambia here. It is scientifically proven that baobab oil is a very good oil and is known to be anti-aging oil, and then it is good for stretch marks, wrinkles, acne, it cures all those in the body. And then the oil is very good for the hair, to grow your hair. It makes the hair very nice and soft.
As a starter in the business with little startup capital, Alkali is processing the oil at his home. His challenges include lack of storage facility and cash power, because the heavy-duty machine he uses consumes a lot of electricity.
The difficulties we encounter right now, it is we don't have a store, we don't have basically a store where to do it, and then with the energy system also is a problem. So if anybody is interested, or you are looking, or you want to help, that person is very highly welcome.
In recent years, a significant number of youths have left the country in search of greener pasture in Europe through irregular migration known as the back way. Alkali is not in support of irregular migration.
So I was never thinking of going. I see many people, I have a lot of friends that went, but alhamdulillah, that was not my problem. And I wanted to make it here, and of course I do want to go to Europe or America, but I want to go there in a very nice way.
After extracting the oil from the seeds, the nutritious byproduct is used for animal feed, according to Jaju. Mr. Jaju is among participants in this year's GCCI 15th Trade Fair at Brusubi. Despite being a beginner in this business, the young entrepreneur currently employs 2 Gambians.
Yeah, that's the story there by Alaji Jaju.
Exactly. Well, I think it might be new in the Gambia, but it's not my first time of seeing baobab oil. One of my friends from Australia once sent me a bottle that she processed herself. So when I saw the story on television, I was like, this is exactly what she does there. But it's new in the Gambia anyway. So it's good that you're doing it, because it takes me a great deal for me to communicate to her to be sending these things here. So getting it from you will be easier. Yes, you are welcome.
Thank you. Assalamu alaikum.
Yes. Tell us your journey.
At the beginning, we started from, like I said yesterday in the video, I have a friend who regularly comes to the Gambia for holidays.
Yes.
So there was one time he came, he was going back, he told me, my wife asked me to buy her a baobab oil when I'm going back. That's what she says. I said, oh, baobab oil. Is it not bamboo oil or the shea butter? Because normally here we have lots of bamboo oil. He said, no, it's not about the bamboo oil, that is the shea butter. He said, no, it's baobab oil, it's made from baobab seed. But by then, for me, I have never, to be honest enough, I didn't know. Yeah, it was new to me. I said, okay, let me make my research. And then I went to several places, couple of places like Serakunda market, supermarkets, even to the pharmacies. But nobody was selling baobab oil. So this is how the journey came about. That's how I think it came about.
Okay.
Yes. And then
interesting journal.
Yes. Yeah, so moving on, I think it's important that we talk about the whole process, because you're talking about how tedious it is and all of that. So how did you eventually know that this is something that you can do in your own household to be able to achieve this?
Say that again.
How were you able to know that you can make this here in the Gambia?
Yes, it's about the engine, the machine.
Okay.
Because I know that in the Gambia here we have lots of baobab trees here, and lots of baobab trees. Anywhere you see, you go, there are baobab trees. But mostly what we use from the baobab, it is the ice. We only use it for ice, the juice or the powder, and the seeds are normally thrown away.
We throw it
all the time. And then since I have this idea, I said to myself that yes, maybe we can do it here because nobody is doing it here. It might be a good thing for us to venture it here and see how it's like.
Yeah, so Ibrahim, there.
Exactly. So I mean, how do you do the whole process? I mean, if you do the processing, do you have a way of packaging it so that people will get to know your product? Do you have a logo? Do you have a place where you market this baobab oil?
Yes.
How do you market it?
Most likely, I do wholesale. I press it at home. We have the pressing at home. I do all the pressing at home, and then from pressing, I leave it for 2 weeks almost, and then I filter it. I have a filter machine too, whereby it goes into that filter, it polishes it, it becomes very clear. After doing that, I have my bottles. I got bottles that I do. I bottle them all, and I label it, and then I have some. I have a shop. There's a shop in Senegambia. There I normally supply some boxes there.
Okay.
Yeah.
So Alaji, one might also wonder how you make the money, because you're talking about how you get to use a huge amount to achieve 5 liters. So, you know, how are you able to manage? Is it something profitable?
Yes, it's quite profitable, because when I started it, I started selling it. That's where we started to save money. I started to save money to buy, because the nuts, I normally buy the seeds from the ladies. So, at the beginning, you know, some ladies, they were even saying, oh, for us, we used to throw this out. You can come and get it. But I will tell them no. I used to tell them no. I want you to keep them, dry them, clean them, and then I will come and buy it for a reasonable amount of price. And this is what they do.
Okay, let's talk about the machinery that you are using at the moment.
Yes.
I know we do not have these parts in the Gambia. So what about if, unfortunately, your machine breaks down?
Yes, even at the beginning, my machine, it breaks down, because I have to go over it. I have to learn how to press with the machine for almost 3 months. But luckily, my friend who normally support me with the machine, he was living in the Gambia here. He's still here.
He's still here.
He was supporting me, helping me how to operate the machine, how to operate the machine, how to use the machine. Yes.
So I mean, after all the process, I mean, telling you the idea of this baobab oil.
Yes.
Who purchased the machine for you? Is it you or him?
He donated me the machine.
He sent you the machine?
Yeah, he donated me the machine.
Okay, so what is your future plan? What do you plan, I mean, with this business? Do you plan expanding it, or do you plan just being at the same place, pressing and selling wholesale? Do you have any idea of expanding this across the country? Because it's important for people to know this product. Once people know your product, that's the time you do a whole lot of sales.
Yeah, that's true. That's true, yes. But, you know, for now, I am just a beginner. You know, we are starting. But the idea is, hopefully...
I want you to remove that idea, just a beginner. You are not just a beginner.
Okay.
You are a beginner, and you are the first person to do this.
Yes, that's right. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Yes, that's a good idea. This is the idea also. We want to make it as much as possible, whereby we can able to press more. We sell it in the Gambia here. As time goes on, if we get a demand from outside, we can even export.
Interesting.
We can even export.
Exactly.
Yes.
So Jay, yes. What about the powder? I mean, after the whole process,
yes,
to extract the nuts from the powder. So what do you do with the powder and at the same time the byproduct that you extract from the machine?
Yes, good question. Normally I don't deal with the powder. I only deal with the seeds that is being thrown away. This is what I buy from the ladies, from the communities, because it is also another income for them. You understand? So before they used to throw it, but you give it, when they start to collect it, and then they dry it. When I come, I buy it from them. I give them a reasonable price. So that money also helps them, for them to also continue on their business.
Okay, what about if you press?
Yes.
That product you get after getting the oil.
The byproduct.
The byproduct.
Yes, we have the byproduct.
Yes. What do you use it for?
The byproduct, right now, we are working with the Ministry of Agriculture to see how best it is for us to give it to the animals. But I have also do my research. We have goats back home. I give it to the goats and the sheep. Most of them, they like it. They all eat it.
They love it.
They love it.
Okay.
It's like a repast.
Jay, you know
and then we gave some to the Gambia Horse and Donkey Trust at Brikama.
They've also tried.
They've also tried. They said their horses and their donkeys.
They love it.
They love it.
Yeah. You know, I'm sitting here thinking. I mean, there was a time, Baobab seeds you just throw. You know, like they are useless. I mean, before. But now they are very useful.
Now it is very useful, definitely, yes.
So we are wishing you good luck. I think, Jay, that's all we have.
Yeah, interesting. Thank you so much, Alaji, for coming, considering that you're able to make it here within a short period. We really appreciate that.
If you have any other thing to share with the public, you're open. Everybody's watching you.
Yes, I just wanted to thank you for the invitation here. You know, you have invited me here. I'm very thankful for it, because it is good. It will expand. Maybe it will expand the business and people who might not know it before. But from here, they will see and then they will be interested. So it's all good for me.
I have a piece of advice for you. No matter how hard it is, just hold it there, keep it up. Do not start a business at some point and you stop. You understand?
Yeah.
It's a matter of just believing in yourself. One day you will be there. I mean, there is nothing that comes easy.
Yes, that's
gradually, sometimes you will fall, sometimes you will grow, sometimes you will fly.
That's
so it's important you maintain it. Maintaining the business, that's the problem.
Yes,
you know, most of the time people blame Gambians of not being business oriented. I mean, I think we should do away with that. As far as you started this initiative, I think it's important for you to maintain the business. Tomorrow we want to see a whole lot of companies that belongs to you.
Inshallah.
And good luck.
Yeah, thank you very much.
Thank you for
Looking
coming.
forward to that. So yes, that is all we have on Community Watch. So Ibrahima, I will leave it at that, and then you continue with the click segment.
Exactly.
We'll be joined shortly by Buba Fati to take us through what is happening in the world of entertainment. Stay tuned.
Everything I touch turns into light. I am the light at the end of the tunnel, and my technology is the answer. I am the happiness in your life. I keep you connected, and I am Q Power. I am QCell. I am Senior Boss. We innovate, others follow. Call 111 for more information.
What is at stake in this National Assembly election?
What are the local issues of the constituencies?
What do citizens expect of their parliamentarians?
QTV is the platform to answer these and many more questions.
From March 21st, QTV will bring you live daily debates between candidates across the country.
To gain an insight into your candidates program, tune in at 9 p.m. on QTV.
With so many things to do in a single day, it's important to have a network you can trust. When there's family and friends to connect with and business calls to make, you need a network that is reliable and fast. Talk longer, browse faster, go farther, and roam wider. When your network is solid, the world is your oyster. QCell, your trusted network in the Gambia.
Light. From the beginning of time, light has been there.
It is integral to our survival and to our way of living.
We need light to work,
To build.
to grow things, and even to see our loved ones.
Light makes things easier and better.
So QCell has changed the way you buy Q-Power to make it easier and more accessible.
You can now access the same service quickly and get your cash power tokens instantly with the new QCell Q-Power code.
To light up your world, simply dial *363#.
With a touch of your fingers,
With ease and convenience from the comfort of your home or office,
you can bring light into your world instantly with *363#.
Q-Power, lighting your world.
QCell Sunyabus.
We innovate, others follow.
Want it? Order for it and pay quickly using Quick Pay on the Q Money platform. With great technology comes ease and convenience. Get a glimpse of what a comfortable life is with Q Money by dialing *323# now. Call 133 for more information. Q Money, Sunyu Kalpe.
Begin your SUV life. S-Pass Motors, the new authorized dealer for Kia. Visit us today or call us on 3522-222, 353-2222.
Welcome back from that break. And of course, it's QTV's This Morning. I am Ibrahim Balde, and we'll be going to the click segment straight. We have Skengman Swizi with us. And if you miss some of our programs, you can go on our website or you can go on our channels at QTV to follow the program. And we'll go straight. Skengman, welcome to the program.
It's a pleasure, man. Good morning, guys. I'm Skengman Swizi, and this is the morning show that comes away from Monday to Thursday. And it's the click segment, obviously, man. We're about to have fun. But today we're talking movies, man. It's not music today, it's movies. And on my right-hand side, I have the president of Gambia Theatre and Performing Art, Milton Commander. And I have Pamodu with me here from Gamstars Theatre, actually. Movie production, rather. So, guys, welcome to the show, man. It's a pleasure.
Thank you. It's a pleasure, too, to be here.
For real, man. So, first of all, Milton, tell us about you and what you do.
Well, my whole life is about being an artistic person, you know. Yeah. That's my journey. I'm a dramatist, I'm a social worker, and also I'm an environmental activist.
Okay.
But I work for Stage and Screen Entertainment Africa. It's a consortium of artists within the African region. And I'm also representing the Gambia Theatre Association as the president. And our role in Gambia as Theatre Association is to make sure that we work in the best interests of the theatre groups that have been established. We all know there are a lot of young people who are imagined to be good actors on the screen, but we want to stay basic with the theatre, you know, because theatre is one of the basis of arts, you know, especially from imagine to being an actor on screen, but we started from the stage.
Okay.
So we are working as an association to bring the body of theatre together and to support them both technically and also to empower them, because theater, in a nutshell, in Gambia, it's not that strong like other West African countries, based on maybe some infrastructures are not in place to support theater, and especially movies also. So we are battling, but this association have been established under the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and we are under the purview of National Center for Arts and Culture.
Nice. So, Promotional, tell us about you and what you do actually.
All right, thank you so much. It is a great pleasure to be here. I am a filmmaker. I am the director of Gamstars Movie Production. And I am also the president of Banjul Filmmakers. I'm also a journalist working with the Point newspaper as well.
Exactly, nice. Yeah. So it's fun. Trust me, we're about to have fun in the studio today. So Milton, you have played a key role in the Gambia performing arts and theater industry actually. And during the past years, from when the theater started and up till now, because people were not even taking it serious by then, it was just people. Some of you guys were just doing it for passion and fun, because it's something that you wanted to do ever since.
That's true.
How would you rate the Gambian performing arts industry so far, if you could compare it to other countries as well?
Well, there is a revolution now, because the emergence of new TV stations and also social media platforms, the revolution is going. We've seen a lot of young people trying to do, especially on TikTok, on Facebook, and people are having an Instagram, you know. So a lot of things are happening within. But there is a problem also, because we that are in the profession as dramatists or as a creative person, we also look at how content are being created in the Gambia, because every little bit of things that people do in the Gambia also have a reflection of the nation also. So we always want to encourage the youngsters who are so determined, you know, to have originality. You know, if we look at what is Gambian, I'm sure people can appreciate it outside. So our take most times is let the young people do things in the right way. And before people assimilate us as failures or dropouts. So we have a lot of people. He's a director. I'm sure he has done a lot of directing course, and I'm sure he has been to school, just like me also. People have gone to tertiary institution, they finish. So a lot of things now have been, you know, the picture is changing, because before, even a cameraman in Gambia, they will tell you,
you don't have an aim.
You don't have.
You don't even know what
you're
doing.
But things now are changing, you know. Now people are wanting to be digital, you know, want to stay in an environment of being creative. So Gambia, as of now, is going. The only thing we need to put in place now is a proper structure, especially from the government, better policies that protects the interests of copyrights and also protect the interests of actors, because what we are seeing now is...
But recently, they signed a document from the NCAC about copyright issues. So I don't know how far with it, whether it's been implemented or not yet.
Well, signing is key, but implementing policies are also important. Well, Are you understanding? So in Africa, we are good at signing. That one is important, you know. Signing the papers is easy, but implementing those policies in the best interest, because now we have gaps, you know. The actors from the screen, you know, I'm also on the screen also acting. How do we also support them with a better policies that protect their interest and also support them to be able to have income? Like most of the films in Gambia, I want to use films as an example. A lot of these young people do it by themselves. No funding, you know. Everybody in Wolof will call it Dangai Dajalini, you know. Then we come together, we all do things together, and then we have a movie. But at the end of the day, professionally, Gambians have breaked barriers that, you know, people cannot even imagine, because sometimes with the little cameras they have, the little phones they have, and the little knowledge they have, they can be able to tell a very good story. Are you understanding? And we have creative people in the Gambia, a lot of talented people, you know, from script writers to directors to soundman to lightman. The only thing they need, I think, is a boost for them to move out and study, because I keep telling people the government needs to place premium commitment to the promotion of arts in the Gambia.
It's a priority actually.
We keep talking about tourism always, tourism. But I feel like art is always sided, and art can be able to sell Gambia internationally. Because if these youngsters who are producing films like Gamstar, you know, if they're doing films in Gambia, we show attractive environment, beautiful scenes from the Gambia. I'm sure people will want to know, where is this destination? They will want to explore. But today we see a lot of films, because of low budget, they want to do it in a confined environment, you know, stay in a house, family scene, and finish. But there are a lot of stories we can tell, you know. Not only Kunta Kinte, you have about Musa Malo, you know. There are a lot of things we can do, you know.
So, Pamano, let's talk now to you. Let's talk about your production house, Gamstar Movie Production, actually. How many movies have you guys worked on? And so far, what is the latest project that you guys are about to release out?
Yes, Gamstars, we produced 3 movies.
Yeah.
And the latest movie is Family Dispute.
Okay, so in details, tell us in details about the movie. What is the movie all about?
Yeah, the movie is about family issues. You know, in Gambia here, it is very common that you see some family demarcations. I mean, problems. Because of what? Sometimes we said inheritance.
Yeah.
Because of what? Sometimes we said marriageism.
Yeah.
So this movie we have, it is running in 2 ways. One is the inheritance, and the other side is marriageism. Because as filmmakers, I believe that it's our duty to inform, educate, and then to entertain people.
Yeah.
Now, as far as it is our duty to inform people, it is good as writers also to write something that would at least help and sensitize people.
Yeah.
And this is the reason why we come with Family Dispute.
Yeah.
Whereas if people watch the movie, they will know that, oh, okay, then there is no space for demarcation of families in this country.
Yeah.
In Gambia, we are known of peaceful country, you know, social issues. You know, there should be things that should not be tolerated in our family. So we want to come and sensitize the people with regards to family issues, crisis. What is the benefit? There is no use at all. We can live in one family harmoniously, and then we can fight together to make this country a better.
Yeah. So from what you've said so far, I can tell the movie is a bit of interesting. Though I've not watched it yet, actually. So what role did you play in the movie? What was your role? Did you just do the production, or you played a role in the movie as well?
Yeah, I am the director. I am the one who write the film, and I also play part. But this is what is disturbing us as Gambians, because you will see a director, a writer, and also be an actor. Now, one might ask, how can a director act? You are acting, how will you be able to direct yourself?
Yeah.
So these are issues, because for me, I believe that as the director and the writer as well, if I am writing something, I see it. It seems like I am seeing it.
Yeah.
And I believe any story that I write, nobody can direct it more than me.
Yeah, because you know your story.
I am the one who writes.
Exactly.
You understand?
Yeah.
But like, it is also difficult as well to act while you are directing.
Yeah.
Because what happens is, we have less people who learn this side. They don't have the technical know-how of how to do it. But because you have little people or some people that are behind you and you are training them, but actually they don't have those skills, but you as the director, you get it, you have to do it. At some point you find it difficult to have those characters you need. But like you will say, no, this one cannot do it. Okay, I am the director, I am going to do it. Because I am the one who is teaching them, who is telling them what to do. Now that they cannot do it, I have no chance, let me come and do it.
Nice. So we're going for just a short break. Let's watch a bit of this movie that they're about to release. And then when we come back, we continue the interview. We have a lot to talk about today. Let's just take a bit of this and come back.
Your dress in this house. Fanta! She is a witch.
You calling Aji a witch? You will never hurt me. Today.
I want you to leave about this marriage issue so that you can be united with your family.
Welcome back from that break. That's the movie my guy here is about to premiere today. Actually, the premiere is taking place today. So you guys should go out, support, go watch the movie and give out your suggestion or whatever that should be added in the movie as well. So now, Milton, we're celebrating World Theatre Day on Sunday.
Yes.
And you guys are up to something, actually.
Yes.
So let's talk about that in detail.
Well, as a dramatist, globally, we are part of the International Federation of Theatre. You know, it's a body that embraces all people who are into dramatic arts. So we celebrating World Theatre Day. It's like commemoration of World Theatre Day, to bring to the spotlight social issues, and also to bring to the spotlight recognition of the creative and performing arts industry.
Okay.
Because it's not about theatre, it's about director, the man who is writing the script, the actors, you know, set designers, light technicians, you know, it's a whole lot of family, you know, behind everything that you see on stage. So we are celebrating World Theatre Day on the 27th globally every month. On the 27th of March, we celebrate World Theatre Day. And it's important that Gambia, as a member of the International Theatre Federation, we is part and parcel of this celebration. So we as Gambia Union of Theatre, you know, Gambia Union of Theatre, we have dance, we have drama, we have comedy, we have the Screen Actors Guild. Which is also part and parcel of. These are body that embedded in that gamut. So we are promoting theatre this time around on World Theatre Day. So there is a competition that which started last Saturday at St. Joseph School Hall. We have about 25 groups who are registered, and they are participating on the competition that is called Stage Drama Champions. So we are looking for the best theatre groups in the Gambia, you know, and the winning prize is $50,000. So the competition is continuing on Sunday on World Theatre Day. So I want to encourage a lot of people to come out, support theatre. If you love theatre,
obviously I'll be there. I'm gonna watch it.
Don't keep talking. Nimun act, voila, you know, we love them, but come out and support your own. These are young Gambians, and we have good directors. Come and see what is happening, you know. And the most important thing, you know, there is a school. It's called St. Joseph Junior School. I think it's basic cycle. It's amazing how among all of these big theatre groups and school drama clubs who are also participating in the competition, that's the only junior school that turned up and said, we want to contest in this competition. And we've seen the youngsters, you know, coming up, and that's a joy to us, because people are copying our footsteps, you know, to make it much more better. So we have a brighter future for this nation, you know. As
when you look at it previously, music and drama in the Gambia, when you look at the way drama was in the Gambia, it was and now it's far better. Drama was on top of music in the Gambia. I used to know the Bolondala drama group, the Father Moose, a whole lot of people that acted in the scene. Don't you think we need to revive these things to bring them again? I think we need to do something.
And luckily we have two actors and directors with us here. So I think the question is very good. I believe, Milton, you can have a say on it, and then Pamodo can also give a say on it as well.
Well, we are happy because some of these national drama groups, they're all participating in the competition. So one thing we are happy about is people now start believing in what we are doing. You know, that's important, because Gambians need to believe on what young people are doing, and also those who are in the field. Before, all of us were labeled Yenengen idol, you know. So many things have been said towards us. But now we see people finishing school, finishing university, and they're having their degree in cinematography, they're having degrees in what they want to do. And young people who are also passionate about it, are taking it very serious. So our take is, we on our own part, we are prepared. But we need government support. You know, when things are happening, especially people want to take example, most times reference in Senegal and reference in Nigeria. I keep saying their government stepped up and looked at their interest and said, you know what, tourism today in Nigeria is based on their music. Everybody is doing what? The Afrobeat. Everybody globally. Everywhere you turn on the internet, everybody is doing a short video on Afrobeat. So if Gambians can also support their own by attending premieres, by supporting the music today, I keep saying, it's important that we see how Gambians can fill a whole stadium. Before we pay foreign artists, you know, you bring them, and then Gambians also will be so crazy to get to that stadium, spend about $500, you know. But I'm happy they're appreciating what we have. But this time around, I want Gambians to turn their attention to what we call film and theatre. It's important that people take it very serious, because we are not only actors. I'm a dramatist also, but I also teach theatre. Are you understanding? So there are a lot of things you learn from theatre. Are you understanding? And we are performers, and we have been paid.
Now we go to Ipamodo. Let's talk about your movie, actually. What is the future of Gambia movie? And is there any plans to collaborate with other actors in and outside the Gambia as well?
Yeah, like one thing I want Gambians to know that we actors, filmmakers, we are contributing to the productive sector of our economy. And this is something that is very, very important. Because I believe that in Gambia we have many young people now. The industry is growing bigger and better. Now it's the government who should come and then support us. The Ministry of Tourism, Arts and Culture should not only concentrate on tourism. Let them concentrate on arts and culture, because tourism cannot go without arts and culture. If they want to focus only on tourism...
Yeah, so I think we'll have another day for this discussion, but unfortunately we're running out of time. So tell us what is happening today, and then that's it.
And you asked whether we have partners outside. Yeah, we have partners with Dakar Coup, is in Senegal. They normally do film festivals as well. We have partners with Nigerians and Guinea-Bissau as well.
That's really good.
So we have a lot to do.
Yeah, so
we have a lot to offer.
What's happening today?
Yeah, today we are going to premiere our movie, which is Family Dispute, at Alliance. It is something very, very important, because what happened is when we produced our last movie, The Great Big Three Kingdom, people were telling us, look, this is not Gambian content. This is not our culture. Now we want you guys to come with Gambian culture. I said, oh, okay, so, they need Gambian culture. So this is the reason why we produce this film, Family Dispute.
We want them to come. We're totally out of time.
It's time.
We're totally out of time, to be honest. I think we should have this again.
Yes,
but before I take a leave of you, my shot is provided by Big Sang. And sisters, you can go link him up, meet him up at Puzumba, that's going to get you something like this, or call him at 397-3856. Call him, he's going to get you something like this. Back to you, Bal. And it was a pleasure to have you.
Thank you very much for coming. Support our own. Let's support our theater. Let's support our movies in the Gambia. We've done it for the music. Now let's concentrate on the movies. Thank you very much. Our sponsors, One Stop Water Solutions. Until we come here again next week, have a wonderful day. Bye-bye.
Adama bu ne yelloo na ndox mu set te ndox mu set dafa bokk ci dunni doomu aadama te biir kat amul seetu waral na lépp lu fay dugg dafa war a doon li nga xamante ne ni lu indil doomu aadama bi loraange ci wàllu wéru yaram. One Stop Water Solution Limited ñu ngi fii ci biir réew taxaw temm fexe pour gis ne doomu aadama bu ne di nga naan ndox moo xamante ne ni ndex mu sell te wóor la ndax indil nañ leen ay xeetu filtres yi nga xamante ne ni mun ngeen koy jëfandikoo ci seeni pompe yi ci biir réew moo xam booxol ngay jëfandikoo wala pompe nawek yi ne bépp xeetu filtre bi nga xamantene ni dina la indil wér gu yaram musal la ci loraange amal nañ leen ko ci biir réew am nañ 10-inch filter set of 3 bii nag ñett lay àndal bu ci ne ak li muy liggéey bokk na ci 5 micron pp sediment filter bii nag mooy segg ndox mi ba mu set génne fa lépp li nga xamantene ni warta ànd ak ndox moomu bala nga koy jëfandikoo gak granule carbon filter bii nag mooy segg génne lépp lu xeetoog chemical ak organique yi nga xamantene ñoom ñoo nekk ci biir ndox mi sellal ndox mi ba waral mu soppi li nga xamantene moom la ndox mi di saf mu soppi cafin gi def ko ndox mu sellate óor CTO block carbon filter bii nag du yem rek ci segg ndox mi sellal ko ba mu sell waaye nag daf koy yokk ay ngéneel yi nga xamantene ni day baax ci wér gu yaramu doomu aadama bi dëgëral waaye tamit yàggal lool sa yuur wi am nañ tamit 12-inch filter set of 3 boobu it liggéey bu nu mel lay def ñetti filter yépp benn bu ne ak lu muy liggéey am nañ 10-inch post carbon 10-inch coconut carbon 75 GPD PO1 membrane bi amal nañ leen bépp xeetu water tank tàmbalee ko ci 500 litres 5000 ba ci 1000 litres ak plumbing fittings kon nag mbokk yi bu ngeen buggee naan ndex yu sellate wóor seeti leen One Stop Water Solution Limited suñu makkaan bu mag baa nga foofa ca Sukuta Highway Mariama Kunda Johnson wala nga call ñu ci 505 5691 796 8272 One Stop Water Solution Limited ndox mu set mooy yàggal dund ni doomu